Complications. Left untreated, bipolar disorder can result in serious problems that affect every area of your life, such as problems related to drug and alcohol use, suicide or suicide attempts, legal or financial problems, damaged relationships, poor work or school performance. Bipolar disorder is more common in people that have a first-degree relative, such as a sibling or a parent, with the condition. Researchers are trying to find genes that may be involved in causing bipolar disorder. Kevin's friend was talking about how he was working for a bipolar guy in Montana, building fences for him, and he quit because of how crazy the boss was. He kept saying crazy and dangerous. Then he said the boss killed a guy a month after he quit. I couldn't bring myself to say anything, so I didn't. Prozac, 10 milliliters. Lithium, 600 milliliters. Lamotrigine, 100 milliliters. Quetiapine, 10 milliliters. Take daily.
It's gonna be okay. I know it feels like the world is ending right now. And I know that level of anxiety just is paralyzing. Feels like you're sitting on top of a really fragile glass bubble. And your heart starts pounding and you get a little bit sweaty, but don't try to stop it. As much as every fiber of your being wants to resist it, ride it out. Pretend it's a wave. Just let it happen. The only way out of this moment is to go through it. And if you think about it, it's like a big storm. It's coming. You know it's coming. There's nothing that you can do to stop it. But you also know that it doesn't last forever. Nothing stays exactly the same.
Bipolar disorder is a lifelong condition. Treatment is directed at managing symptoms. Depending on your needs, treatment may include medications. Often, you'll need to start taking medications to balance your moods right away. Continued treatment. Bipolar disorder requires lifelong treatment with medications, even during periods when you feel better. People who skip maintenance treatment are at high risk of a relapse of symptoms or having minor mood changes turn into full-blown mania or depression. Substance abuse treatment. If you have problems with alcohol or drugs, you'll also need substance abuse treatment. Otherwise, it can be very difficult to manage bipolar disorder. Hospitalization. Your doctor may recommend hospitalization if you're behaving dangerously, you feel suicidal, or you become detached from reality. Getting psychiatric treatment at a hospital can help keep you safe and stabilize your mood, whether you're having a manic or major depressive episode. The primary treatments of bipolar disorder include medications and psychological counseling or psychotherapy to control symptoms, and also may include education and support groups.
And it's nothing to be ashamed of. This is not who you are. It is something you have. You have bipolar disorder, but you are not bipolar. It isn't you. And there's a lot to be said for having a disorder like this, because the upside is that you create and you have a freedom in your mind that a lot of people don't have. And there's also a downside that has to be managed. And all it is managing it. It's like no different than being born a diabetic. There are some things you can't have, some things you can't do. You can't eat cake all the time. You have to have shots. But it's a disorder that's manageable, and people who have diabetes aren't ashamed of having diabetes. And you shouldn't be ashamed of having bipolar disorder. It doesn't go away, but it's treatable. It's like having diabetes of the mind, and that is okay. And it's okay to manage it. I resisted taking medication for so long because I didn't want it to change who I was or the things that I could produce. But once I did, I realized I was more myself and a better version of myself. And I was even more productive because I didn't have to have the recovery times from the depression and the anxiety. And I'm happy. I'm a lot happier than I was before. And I'm not ashamed. And it is okay. It's really okay.